If you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking, maybe I'll wait a little longer before buying in Panama, let me stop you right there. The window you've been waiting for, it's wide open, but it's already narrowing. Investors who make their move in 2026 will look brilliant 5 years from now, while the ones who hesitated will be saying the 5 most expensive words in real estate. I should have bought sooner. In this episode, I'll be sharing the top 10 reasons why today is the best time to invest in Panama real estate. Welcome to the Panama Podcast, from dreaming to doing. I'm your host, Melissa Darnay. If you want insider tips on living, investing, and having a blast in Panama, go to choosepanama.com and snag your free copy of Panama Uncorked. Reason number 10, Panama is still undervalued. One of the biggest reasons savvy investors are pouring into Panama is simple. The market is still dramatically undervalued compared to its global counterparts. When you look at places like Miami, San Diego, or even oceanfront properties in Portugal or Cyprus, the price per meter has skyrocketed beyond what the average buyer can justify. Yet here in Panama, you can still get luxury oceanfront living. I'm talking front row views, resort-style amenities, 24-hour security, and walkable neighborhoods at a fraction of those prices. At the moment, you can buy a 2-bedroom oceanfront apartment that ranges from $200,000 to $500,000. And before you jump into the comments complaining about that big range in price, you know who you are. Keep in mind that the price range is due both to size and location, as not all 2-bedroom apartments are the same. For example, a condo in Playa Gorgona that's about 750 square feet will be at the low end, while a luxury 1,500 square foot apartment in Playa Bonita will be on the higher end. Despite years of growth, Panama's values haven't come close to topping out. Investors love buying into a market that still has room to run, and Panama has miles of runway left. The key is getting in now, while pricing still gives you leverage and upside instead of regret. Reason number 9, the US dollar means built-in stability. In case you haven't heard, Panama uses the US dollar, which eliminates one of the biggest risks international investors face: unpredictable currency fluctuations. If you're coming from the US, you don't have to worry about converting your money into volatile local currency or watching your purchasing power erode. This creates a structure of stability that investors absolutely love. It also means your rental income, your property taxes, and your long-term returns are all in a currency you understand and trust. In a global environment where many currencies are weakening, this alone is a reason why people are moving their money into Panama real estate. It's safe, it's familiar, it's steady. 3 qualities every investor appreciates. Reason number 8, wealth is moving into Panama, not out of it. One of the most powerful indicators of a strong real estate market is the direction money is flowing. In many countries, wealthy individuals and investors are quietly moving their assets out of their home country, shifting capital to safer, more stable environments. But Panama is just the opposite. High net worth individuals from the US, Canada, Europe, and South America are moving their money into Panama at an accelerating pace. Why? Because Panama offers something rare: economic stability, political neutrality, a dollarized economy, strong banking, and lifestyle upside. When you see global capital flowing into one small strategically positioned country in the tropics, you know something big is happening. Once wealth concentrations form, prices rise, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly. The investors who benefit the most are the ones who enter before a wave of international capital fully arrives. Panama is at that sweet spot where the early adopters are positioning themselves and everyone else is just starting to wake up. Reason number 7, the market is heating up fast. Panama is no longer a quiet, overlooked destination. The market is firing on all cylinders, and demand is rising from every direction. Retirees, digital nomads, corporate executives, second home buyers, and people pursuing their Plan B. In some neighborhoods, inventory is at the lowest it's been in a decade. We're seeing cash offers, wait lists for specific floor plans, and yes, even bidding wars. When a market reaches this stage, momentum builds quickly. This is the exact moment when values begin to rise noticeably, not gradually. People who've been watching from afar suddenly realize, oh, this isn't theoretical anymore. This is happening right now. And once a market tips from warm to hot, the people who acted early become the ones who tell the stories about how they bought before the boom. Reason number 6, Panama's economy is one of the strongest in Latin America. A healthy real estate market is built on a healthy economy, and Panama's economy continues to be one of the strongest and most resilient in the region. With the Panama Canal, a major financial sector, a robust logistics industry, and multinational headquarters flowing in, the country has a diversified economic backbone that supports long-term growth. Investors love predictability, and Panama offers exactly that. Despite global uncertainty, Panama consistently maintains solid GDP performance and business confidence. What that means for you is simple. Strong fundamentals drive strong property values. When you invest in a country with real economic momentum, you're not just buying a condo, you're buying into an engine that's moving forward. Reason number 5, investor-friendly immigration. Let's talk about lifestyle planning and long-term strategy. Investors who want to Plan B love Panama because the immigration options are not only investor-friendly, they're actually achievable. Whether you're coming as part of the Friendly Nations visa, the Pensionado program, or the new and improved red carpet visa, Panama makes it easy to build a life here. Compared to Europe or the US, where immigration rules feel like they get more complicated by the minute, Panama stands out for its simplicity and accessibility. When you invest in real estate here, you're not just securing an asset, you're opening the door to residency, travel flexibility, tax benefits, and the ability to build a second home base that feels safe and stable. Reason number 4, rental demand is surging. Panama's rental market is being driven by a wave of demand from multiple sources. Digital nomads who want flexible stays, tourists who choose modern condos over hotels, executives rotated in by multinational corporations, and retirees who want to test drive life in Panama before committing. This means both long-term and short-term rentals are thriving. And if you own in a building that allows short-term stays, your potential income increases immensely. Investors love Panama because it's one of the few places where you can buy a luxury unit, rent it out at strong occupancy rates, and still enjoy personal use whenever you want. It's a perfect blend of investment and lifestyle, and demand is only rising. Before we get into the top 3 reasons, let me pause and ask you something important. Are you subscribed to the Panama podcast yet? Because the people who subscribe get first access to the best opportunities, the pre-markets, the off-markets, the developer launches, and the changes in law that can save you money or open doors you didn't know existed. If you're feeling even a spark of FOMO right now, hit that subscribe button. Knowledge is power, but only if you get the knowledge early. Reason number 3, new infrastructure is transforming the country. Infrastructure is one of the biggest predictors of property value growth, and Panama is investing heavily in long-term transformation. The airport expansion is bringing in more international travelers than ever. The metro system is extending across the city, connecting key neighborhoods and improving commute times. New highways are opening the interior and the beaches in ways that were unthinkable 20 years ago. All of these improvements increase accessibility, boost tourism, and elevate property values. Smart investors know that the best time to buy is before infrastructure finishes, because once it opens, prices reflect the convenience. Panama is at the sweet spot right now. Construction is underway, and the value jump is still ahead. Reason number 2, Panama is an international hub with global reach. Panama isn't just another tropical destination, it's a global connection point. With the Tocumen International Airport offering direct flights to over 80 destinations, Panama has become the easiest gateway between the Americas. This connectivity fuels tourism, business travel, relocations, and corporate expansions. For investors, it means your property is part of an international ecosystem, not an isolated market. People choose Panama because they can get anywhere quickly and because multinational companies continue to use Panama as their regional base. This drives demand for rentals, increases long-term value, and ensures your investment stays relevant in an increasingly connected world. Reason number 1, the window won't stay open forever. Here's the truth no one likes to hear. Real estate cycles move in stages, and the stage Panama is in right now won't last forever. We're in the early growth phase, the phase where smart money gets in, where developers still offer incentives, where certain floor plans are still available, and where prices still feel reasonable. But that phase is shifting quickly. Inventory is tightening, demand is rising, and the days of getting extraordinary value are numbered. Investors who move now will be the ones bragging about how they bought back when prices were low. Investors who wait will be the ones kicking themselves later. This is the moment, right now, before the boom. The moment when opportunity feels obvious, but still requires action. Don't let this be the chapter you look back on and say, I knew I should have done it. When you put all of these factors together, the undervalued pricing, the stability of the US dollar, the surge of global wealth flowing into Panama, the rising rental demand, the booming economy, and the massive infrastructure upgrades, the picture becomes crystal clear. Panama isn't just a good investment, it's a strategic one. And the investors who move now will be the ones who look back 5 years from today and say, that was the smartest decision I ever made. If you're feeling that little spark of FOMO, that tug that says, this might be your moment, don't ignore it. Go to choosepanama.com/contact and schedule your free 30-minute call. Let's talk about your goals, your lifestyle dreams, and the opportunities that fit you best. Your perfect investment is waiting in Panama, but it won't wait forever. Thanks for joining me. See you in Panama. Cheers.